doing a little bit of a reaction today. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of my favorite people to react to, DDG. You know, DDG is very interesting to me because he really is like the first nigga that went from like trying to be like an influencer to like successfully transitioning to like there are people who genuinely know DDG just as a rapper. Or at least there were. I think when he started doing the streaming thing again, he started focusing more on content. I do think consistently people end up finding his like streams or stuff like that more often, just because like, I mean, you're gonna clip a stream that's 8 hours a million times, and the odds of something out of that 8 hours going viral is so much higher than one random song. To be fair, but also at the same time, it's just because this nigga is so good at content, naturally gifted at content. That's why I'm very interested in like him as a person. You know what I'm saying? I also get interested because like, with people like DDG, whenever someone has like a camera personality and like a regular personality, it really like is like interesting to me to try to figure out when they're putting on for the camera and when it's like, oh wait, that's just them. Like they really feel like this. You know what I mean? And DDG's a hard person to do it with this. He will purposely stage shit online. And not even like it's a secret, but like he won't come out and point out a stage, but like he has said he stages shit online so that for the views, for the manyan. You gotta respect
a girl
it.
Can switch.
Oh, hold on. We gotta hit Ashley before we react to anything, brother. But he said a girl could switch up on you at any moment. At any time. Literally, you guys could have been through everything. You could have saved her life. She can switch up on you, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I've met a couple niggas in my life, a couple dudes that, you know, you do some shit for them and they ain't never gonna switch up ever. I've never met a girl like that. And I don't think it's like a gender to gender thing. You probably can find a male or a female that's like that. But in my personal experience, there's been a higher likelihood dudes willing to do that than girls. Because dudes will be open about the fact that even if they don't like you, they doing some shit because of like some out of respect to something that happened. You know what I mean? Like I've literally directly been like, nigga, I really don't like you, but nigga, your mama helped me do da 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 da, so of course I'm gonna help you do this. Or nigga, we don't even fuck with each other anymore, but you helped me move back a couple years ago. Of course I'm gonna da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Just on some real nigga shit. But let's hit it. Let's hit Ashley.
Switch up on you. A girl can like make you feel good one day, make you feel terrible the next day. A kid ain't gonna never make you feel terrible. It don't matter how my day going. It don't matter like what's going on outside of what I got going on with my kid. Really? My kid ain't gonna never switch up. My kid ain't gonna never get online, read something, be like, I don't like you no more.
You know what's crazy? It's his kid's like, I mean, I don't know how old Ayla is, but he's a baby, basically. Low-key, I think as they get older, that can happen. But it's not like their fault, like they're a kid. It's just like, damn, they just read some off crazy shit about you on the internet. Now they feel some type of way, and it's like I gotta explain to them, like, even though they a kid, like their perspective and understanding, and hope that they understand it, even though like, I mean, I guess you would hope that you raise your own kid to be understanding of things. It's part of your job, to be fair.
What's good? It's your boy DDG, and this is First for RapTV. First crazy childhood memory. I remember drinking from the water hose. I would never do that again, but I used to do that when I was a kid.
I don't see what's so wrong with that, to be fair. It's not like the most sanitary, but it's not the end of the world.
First time a fan caught me off guard. I had a girl send me stories, fantasy stories about me and her being together. And then she used to always come to my gate and like ask for me. And my people would call me and be like, oh, you got such and such here again. I'm like, I don't know who the hell that is. So I will always tell them to shoo her away, right? Boom. Maybe if she would have been at the time, you know. And then I remember I was driving out of my complex or whatever, and she started chasing my car like a zombie. But I think she was actually homeless.
Like a zombie?
I don't know what happened to her, but she just disappeared. Hopefully she all right. First lesson I taught at Streamer University. The first lesson I taught is how to beef one-on-one.
If it beef, it trends.
I saw this live, right? I took a lot of inspiration from this. If I ever need to get into an internet beef, I'm a mollywop that nigga. I'm saying that, like, I'm virtually mollywhopping. I'm lying. If a nigga really beats me online, I promise I feel some type of way in real life. And I promise if I see that nigga, I'm gonna try to fight him, bro. I'm not the kind of nigga that can just fake and pretend to be mad at a nigga online. I can fake and pretend a lot of things, but I can't fake and pretend and be mad at a nigga online. If I'm mad at a nigga online, I really want to beat that nigga ass. I ain't even gonna front. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You want beef. People love beef. People
do.
love drama.
I love beef.
That lesson, and it kind of backfired because a lot of people using my strategies and what I taught on me. But, you know.
They did. The problem with trying to reverse it on him is, like, he's the master of it. Like, this nigga created the strategy. He basically, bro, because you gotta think about it, the guy that created the strategy is at all times ready to pivot and test out a new part of the strategy or go to a part of the strategy that he's tested beforehand. You gotta think, bro.
You can never teach the teacher.
Strategies are made because you've tested it 1,000 times.
First time I met a troll in real life, somebody called me doo-doo garbage. The way he said it, you can kind of compare it to, like, say you at lunch in high school and somebody like yell something out and trying to get the whole room to laugh.
Doo-doo garbage.
I'm like, who you? I heard it. I was gonna press it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm on stream. Let me keep walking. My brother was like, hey,
Wait, is he saying this the first time that he ran into a real life troll?
Say you at lunch, garbage teacher. First time I met a troll in real life.
I don't believe that's the first time he met a troll in real life. I know that, like, I saw the viral clip, but I don't believe that's the first time he met a troll in real life. Bro, if it is, that's crazy. Because people used to always say niggas, like, would hate online and never, like, act that way in real life. Like I said, I promise if I'm hating on a nigga online, I will look him dead in his face and say that same exact shit. And go out of my way to do it. Especially if it makes me angry. I promise I really want to beat that nigga ass. I'm not playing. So, like, I never understood that. I'm like, bro, there's niggas that hate online and are really too pussy to say that in person. Like, that never even computed with me. Like, I was like, obviously there are, but, like, you're telling me you never ran into somebody till this situation that was caught on camera?
Was gonna press it, but I'm like, you know what? I'm on stream. Let me keep walking. My brother was like, hey, I want to say something. I'm like, do what you gotta do, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, Dub mopped that nigga, bro. And the cameraman jumped in. I was like, hey, that's a real ass cameraman right there.
Because I know how you feel. I think that was the first time, but I think we handled it like men. But if you're gonna troll in real life, you gotta deal with the consequences.
That's real life, though. That's one thing I've always stood on. If you, like, it's freedom of speech, but, like, I should also have the freedom to smack the shit out you if I don't like it. You know, I think everyone should be able to say whatever they want. I also think there should be, like, a threshold to where I can smack the shit out you. You know what I mean? Like, if you trying to cuss me out at a certain point, I feel like I should just be able to, like, not even go crazy. I'm not trying to go crazy. I'm just one time. It's really, like, it's just, damn. Like, you really just smack shit out of me type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever really smack someone and they just look at you like, you really just smack shit out of me? Like, that type of shit. Like, I'm not trying to hurt a nigga. I'm just really trying to, like, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. If that nigga feels some type of way about it, we can get down. But, like I said, I think it should be freedom of speech, but there should be a threshold where I'm allotted to if I feel like it smack the shit out of you.
First time I stepped into the ring, I started boxing at 9. Then I stopped at 13. I went 7-0 before I lost. I'm not gonna tell y'all my record because it's none of your business. But I went 7-0 before I lost.
I'm pretty sure that nigga is old. Bro, that's why that nigga be wanting to box every time he argues with his friends. That nigga lethal. That nigga took boxing class. That nigga know what he doing. I don't want to box the nigga either. I ain't gonna lie, them niggas be acting like he got Mike Tyson hands or something. At a certain point, like with the Jay Cinco shit, if that was real, and it's like the nigga said we should just box, it's like, man, nigga, you know how pussy you look being like, I'm gonna have my niggas come and they gonna backfade you, blah, blah, blah. Like, nigga, who is this nigga, Mike Tyson? If you don't box that? If a nigga say you trying to box, nigga, my answer is consistently no. But if you trying to box, then yes. You know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, if nigga ask me, like, if a nigga's really trying to fight me and type shit, and he should ask me, like, you trying to fight? I'm like, no, I'm not trying to fight, but we can absolutely take it there. That is consistently my answer. Cause I don't like fighting. Literally, I've always said this ever since the first time I got in a fight. I was like, damn, this shit isn't fun because my hands just hurt like a bitch. Like, no matter what. First ever fight I got into, I remember, worst thing that happened, I didn't even really get hit, but I fell and my knee scraped the ground a little bit. I did beat this nigga ass. I was like 8. But my knee scraped the ground and my knee was fucked up and my hands hurt like a bitch because I was missing and I was hitting the ground. And I was like, bro, this shit, the worst part about that, I may have won this fight. My hands hurt like a bitch now. My knee is scraped like a motherfucker. No part of this aftermath is fun. And I don't enjoy telling the story because I don't enjoy seeming like an aggressive nigga. You know what I mean? And that's why we get gun licenses. That's all I'm saying. But if my friend is like, yeah, you trying to box about it? I'm like, no, I'm really not, because I think that's some Neanderthal shit. But if you're trying to box about it and we have to take it there, we absolutely can take it there. Not even like we have to take it there. Like, if you even feel like we got to take it there, yeah, let's just take it there. You know, I'm not trying to just skip around that bullshit with you. Come on, let's just take it there.
But I was devastated when I lost. But the first time I ever stepped,
like, if you feel like we got to box in any type of way, let's just take it there. Because one, I think it's weird that you feel like you got to put your hands on me and we were supposed to be friends. I won't lie, I do think that's weird. I think niggas that is like that is weird. If you really think we need to like fight to get something through, like, I'm like, nigga, nah, that's weird. But like, if we got to take it there, we absolutely can. we absolutely can. Do you have to move in this room? Do you have to ruin this moment right now? I absolutely have to. Aaron the plumber relations.
In the ring was when I was 9. First time working with Gunna, 2020, something like that. We dropped a song called Elon Musk. That was my first time ever working with Gunna. Well, I sent him the song probably like 6 months prior to him doing it. And then, you know, you always rock with the song. Then
I wonder what their relationship is like outside of music. Gunna was, you know, actually, you know what's crazy? When I think about it, their relationship might be kind of fire. Just because, like, he was fucking with Halle for a minute, and around the time he was fucking with Halle was, I feel like, the time Gunna was fucking with Chloe. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, was the intro there? Was the, well, how there's some type of connection there.
Played it again for him in the studio when I was
some type of
finishing up
connection
my
there.
album, and then he was like, yeah, I'm gonna rock with this one. First big risk I ever took, dropping out of college.
See, we need Gunna to get on an interview, but that nigga never gonna get on an interview again, because niggas is finna be like, nigga, what you finna say to Thug? Like, the fact that nigga will not speak to Thug is weird also. Well, this isn't a Gunna thing anyways. But you don't speak to you won't speak to your person who was your best friend for years, nigga, that's weird as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. You won't speak, like, that's weird.
College for sure. But I was a first generation college student, so like, you gotta finish college, blah, 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 set an example. But I just said, nah, I'm finna drop out of college, move to LA, follow these dreams.
You set an example, all right,
my high
shit.
school teachers would say about
entire family's rich now.
Me, I was the teacher's favorite student. I was literally the best student there was.
Hoe ass nigga.
And not academically, obviously, because I was valedictorian in high school, but also I had all the girls. And I was a hustler. I sold candy to everybody. I was making like $100 a day.
Candy.
So I just been a hustler. They just say like I'm a good student. I hustle and I'm respectful.
I can tell exactly what type of nigga this was. This is the type of nigga where it's like, he definitely, bro, I ain't gonna lie. In high school, they thought everyone liked him. And I don't gonna lie, a lot of people did. But there would always just be a handful of people that obviously didn't fuck with them, and they would always walk up to him. Because I was the type of nigga in high school, I'm gonna stay out the way ass nigga, bro. When people would like hang out with me outside of school and they'd realize like I talk a lot and like I smoke weed and I just be chilling, like I'm a real chill nigga and I'm smart, like, bro, I was in all honors class, but I was just stay out the way. When I was in school, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and just, you know, I wasn't really rocking with what was going on, bro. right? The whole concept was it just doesn't rock. That's why I didn't go to college. Like it doesn't. The whole concept just doesn't vibe with me personally. I want to go to college one day, get a doctorate, but like when I have enough money to be able to go to the classes and then go home to my nice crib and do homework and such. I will have a doctorate someday though. That is Dr. Evident, but not like surgeon doctor. Maybe surgeon doctor, but I don't think I want to be a surgeon doctor. But doctor is something. Doctor is something. I'm gonna know a lot about something. That's gonna be a fact.
First thing fatherhood taught me, true love and happiness. You don't really know what true love is and happiness until you have a kid. Like it's like
I mean, I think that's true to an extent. I think
girl can switch up on you. A girl can like
so
make you feel good one day, make you feel terrible the next day.
Okay.
A kid ain't gonna never make you feel terrible. Growing up, I always.
My thing is, see, that's what I'm saying. It's a baby. That's not it. Halo is a baby, so he can't. When he gets older, there is a possibility. I think I get what he's saying, but I think you could also understand this feeling from different avenues. Like I don't think you have to have a kid to understand it. You know what I mean? I think it's easiest way to probably understand it's like a kid or like a grandparent. But I get what he's saying.
Been like this. I never wanted to make my mom mad at me. I never wanted to make my mom sad. None of that. And you get that type of love from a kid to the point where it's like, okay, it don't matter how my day going. It don't matter like what's going on outside of what I got going on with my kid. My kid ain't gonna never switch up. My kid ain't gonna never get online, read something, and be like, I don't like you no more.
So I should never. You never know. You really never know.
First moment on tour. It was called Breaking the Internet Tour, I believe. I think I did like 12 dates or something like that. And I had a show in Pennsylvania. I kid you not. It was probably 3 people there. And the stage was probably half of these chair legs. So the stage was basically pointless. It was probably half of.
That nigga look chunky, I ain't gonna lie.
These chair legs. So
I think it just might be the shirt, so I think it look chunky.
Basically like I wore these boots. That's how big the stage was. And I didn't want to perform, but I'm like, these people came for me. Let me just do it. I knocked it out and left. But it was like it was crazy. It was wild. First time I met Speed, I met him at the old FaZe house, and he was doing a stream with Aiden, and then I met him there. That was the first time I met him. First reason I wanted to cut my dreads. I feel like if I would have started my dread journey with a full head, I probably wouldn't have cut them.
I ain't gonna lie, he needed to cut them shits. They just looked dry as hell, just burnt as hell. Like, yeah, them. No offense, but yeah, you restarting was probably the wave there. Them shits didn't look very healthy. That's just really what it is. His hair didn't look that healthy.
But I started off with a high top. Kept growing, got out of control, turned to dreads, boom. For real. I kind of always wanted to see what I look like with cut hair, and I wear hats, and I put all my dreads inside the hat, and I'd be like, oh, this look kind of cool if I just had my sides. And plus, I hit 40,000 subs, and that was a sub goal to cut my stuff, so. First time I started.
I think you look better with no dreads, I ain't gonna lie.
Taking music seriously. My first song that I dropped as like considering myself like a serious artist, it's called Lettuce featuring Famous Dex. I was like, if I want to do this.
Bro, I swear I remember this song, bro. Because I was a YouTube head, bro. So, like, back in the day, like, when shit like this would drop, I knew, bro. I swear I remember this.
Music, let me go ahead and get a feature for somebody that is in the game or whatever, right? Boom. Gave him 8 bands, shot the video, had my homie record it. I grabbed the footage, went home, edited myself, uploaded it, got 5 million views. First time I took.
Alright, nigga did have a little bit of following already though, so like it getting 5 million, and it wasn't like really heard of for YouTubers to be like making a rap song. So him getting 5 million views, like, it kind of made sense. He probably hit Drama Alert, probably hit a lot of things.
Streaming seriously, November 2024. And I already had a following though. Like, I come from YouTube. People consider me a YouTube legend and stuff like that. So I'm looking at the views. I'm like, dang.
Wait, he said one. It said, I'm a dumbass. It said
But I started at the time I started taking music serious, the 5 million views. First time I took streaming seriously.
Streaming serious, bro.
No,
The nigga content creator, like serious. Tim taking streaming seriously.
And I already had a following though.
Like,
Like I come from YouTube. People consider me a
for real.
YouTube legend and stuff like that. So I'm looking at the views. I'm like, dang, this ain't translating. I was like,
it's not people consider him a YouTube legend. This nigga is a YouTube legend. I ain't gonna lie. On Black YouTube, guaranteed a YouTube legend, like for sure. And vlogging YouTube, like come on. The overall YouTube, like it's definitely debatable because like there's some, damn, you got some heavy hitters in that bitch. I ain't gonna lie. But he was crazy. But he's still in the conversation. Is what's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like if you were to Mount Rushmore, like YouTube in totality, he's in the conversation for the 4th spot, but I don't think he is the 4th spot. You know what I'm saying?
you know what? I'm gonna just try it.
But I think he's
Then
in the
around, like,
conversation.
February.
And I think in just black YouTube, like the black YouTube community, he's most definitely heavily in the conversation. Almost guarantee you in one of those spots.
February of 2025.
I ain't gonna lie.
That's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna stream every single day. And then that's where I started hitting the 10,000 viewers, 20,000. I think my peak 205,000 at Streaming University. And I made more money streaming than I ever made on YouTube in that short amount of time. First piece of advice I'd give.
Let's lock in. We need DDG's. Hold on. Let's hit Ashley, and we're gonna listen to DDG's first piece of advice.
Follow your dreams. I know it's a lot of kids out there.
Basic ass shit. Real shit though. I ain't gonna lie. Following your dreams, it is a real ass thing because a lot of people just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't do it until I did this. You know what I'm saying? I don't mean making videos to many people, but it's what I always wanted to do. And I think that's what's the important part.
Do a lot of stuff for your parents, but it's not their life. You only get one life, and if you choose one path for too long, it's gonna be too late to go to the other way. So do exactly what you want to do. If it don't work out, you can always pivot to the normal shit. All right, y'all, it's your boy DDG, and that was first with RapTV.
That was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, DDG is a very interesting person to me because he's been online for so many years and he's like adjusted to the landscape and being able to like pivot to so many different paths. But as always, if you're watching on YouTube, come check out the stream sometime. We be reacting and watching stuff sometimes and mostly playing games. But sometimes we watch stuff.